Hi, welcome. Chess is a beautiful game, and sometimes to win or not to lose, we need to be creative. And today we're going to see 10 examples of under promotions at the highest level. The under promotion is the moment where you can promote the pawn, and instead of asking for a queen, you will ask for another piece. In this position, what will you ask? So we need to think a little bit because, okay, the most obvious piece is the queen, but if I ask for the queen, the game will be draw. Why is that? Because the king is safe on the h7 square, and he cannot move anywhere because of the queen and the king. Sorry. So this is a stalemate. What if I ask for a rook? Well, if I advance the pawn and promote to the rook, it's the same. It's stalemate again because the rook don't let the king play, and the pawns are blocking, and my king doesn't let the king go to h6. So in this position, it's necessary to ask for a bishop or a knight. So, well, let's see. If I promote a bishop, I will give checkmate, but probably isn't the quickest way to win this game. For example, king h8 or g8, and after I take g6, I'm blocking those two squares, and now this is the only available move. And okay, I can play probably king f7, king goes anywhere, and okay, be careful, this stalemates again. And if I play knight g5, king goes h8 or h6, and this will be a checkmate. But okay, this isn't the quickest one. Let's see the under promotion to a knight. So if I advance and ask for a knight, the king will go to h8, and after king takes, the king will go to the only available square. And after, for example, knight d7, king goes again, and let me see, what can we do? King f7 again, king goes to h7, and then this will finish with knight, then king and king g8. It's a beautiful move because the king doesn't have any available square, so I will need to advance the pawn, and after knight takes e5, the pawn will advance, and now it's checkmate with knight f7. So a beautiful way to finish this game. So the first example, we have seen that the under promotion to a knight or a bishop will do what we want, will win the game. But, well, sometimes our life is complicated. So I'm going to show the first game. And the first game has been played at 2006 between Evgeny Barev and Alexei Shirov. So in this position, you're playing with black. And the last move has been rook check. And after king c1, the Shirov has advanced the king to c3. So right now, you need to think, what will you do? Will you ask for a queen? Or will you ask for another piece, a rook, a bishop, a knight? Well, again, if I promote to the queen, I will lose the game with a checkmate because my opponent has the opposition. Don't forget, we already talked about that. If I promote to the rook, it's the same thing because of the opposition and the checkmate on the same square. So in this position, we can't ask for the bishop too, because this is checkmate again. So the only available move is to promote to the knight. One important thing, the most common way of underpromote is asking for a knight for some reason. I think probably that's because of the special movement of the knight. Because the knight is a great defensive piece and has a potential, the great potential to do forks. So you will see several examples of under promotions to knights. So in this game, they continued with some moves I will show, but later on another video we will talk about that too. How to draw with king and knight against king and rook, and sometimes we are lost, but here the game is completely equal. So they finished with a draw. So okay, we've already seen that sometimes it's good to underpromote to win the game, and other times we just need to underpromote to survive. So the next position, it's very beautiful, has been played at 2012, and playing with white we have a very famous player, it's Hikaru Nakamura, and with black we have another great player, ex-world champion, is Vladimir Kramnik. So let's go for it. So Nakamura is playing with white, and of course the black pieces are advancing the pawns. So this isn't easy. So you need to think a little bit. Right now, black has taken the rook, and after pawn advances, he will advance the pawn to e2. So this is very complicated because, of course, if I try to promote to the queen, this won't be good for white because black will win this game because of the promotion. And it will be check. So here black is won. So we can't promote to a queen, and even a rook or a bishop is complicated because if, for example, if I promote to the rook, it's the same. The pawn will take and give check, and the bishop too. It doesn't make any sense to ask for a bishop because we already have another bishop of the same color. So we don't have any advantage. So here in this position, we will be, it will be necessary to promote, under promote to a knight. What's the reason? Simple. The knight is giving check. Here, Kramnik will continue with the king. And, later we will see the variation of the king taking e2. It's beautiful. And here the game is completely won because right now I can take the pawn with any problems. So of course you will need to win this game with two knights plus a bishop, but don't forget Nakamura has almost 2800 of rating, so it's very high, so he won this game. Of course, here it's important to see another idea too, because Kramnik was thinking about, after king takes e2, he was thinking about the genius idea of advancing f3, and this is equal. If this happened, the game would be draw, because, okay, I would take probably on d2, and the problem is that the bishop will take the pawn. And after that, this is equal. Because bishop plus knight against the king, yeah, we win the game. But it isn't easy, but we win the game. But in this case, even if I lose the pawn, king plus bishop against king plus knight will be equal, will be a draw. Of course, I'm assuming that the defensive side will not lose the bishop. So great stuff by Nakamura. So we've already seen some ideas. They all are under promotions to knights. Well, we will see another interesting idea, and it's related to study on the opening. So I'm talking about the trap on the Albin counter gambit. So it's beautiful stuff. I already won several games with this idea on the internet, of course, and now you will be able to apply it too. So, okay, let's go for it. I will put the initial position because I think this is very instructive. So, the idea is played on the black side. On the internet, I don't know the players, but with white, we have Korodai, and with black, Bolog. So I don't know them, but probably they played on the last century. I don't know. If you know any of these players, please tell me on the comments, and we can study the players on another video probably, because this is interesting stuff. Bolog, I think, was a very good player. So this is the Albin counter gambit, and white will fall on the trap. So bishop checks, bishop goes to d2, and after pawn takes, bishop takes bishop, great, bishop takes bishop, and we will take the pawn. Now king cannot take the pawn, or else queen takes queen. So this will be necessary. Of course, bishop checks doesn't work because it exists knight to f3. But here we have another under promotion that will finish completely with violence this game. So pawn takes knight, under promote to knight. And the idea is that the knight is giving check. So because of this check, now this game, it's over. Because, of course, if rook takes, I just give check, and now the knight isn't available because we have taken the knight. So beautiful stuff. This is a trap that works a lot of times. But well, this probably the best suggestion that I can give you is to play this against low-rated players, because the highest rated players, of course, they already know this trap. So the next position is a position that has been played by Frank Marshall, a legend, and his opponent was William Napier. So this game has been played on the 19th century, and white will win with under promotion again to a knight. But it's beautiful stuff because this happens sometimes. So let's go for the game. So Frank Marshall is playing with white, and Napier is playing with black. So the idea will be pawn promotes to knight, but first he gave up his queen. You need to have guts to play this stuff. And of course, Frank Marshall was a very strong player because he knows that now he has checkmate. So to give checkmate, you will need to under promote to a knight, and after king, knight goes to g6, giving check with the rook, and now it's unstoppable. If the king goes to h7, I will give checkmate on h8. And in the game, his opponent has played to f7. And of course, rook checkmate. And it's over. In this moment, probably you're thinking about, okay, this channel is just talking about under promotions for knights. No, almost great part of the under promotions are with knights, because knights has talent to bring us happiness in this kind of positions. But I have to some under promotions to rooks and bishops. In the end of the video, I will show you a few positions. So the next position has been played against with Paul Karish, and playing with white is Semyu Furman. So this game is old too, has been played at 1948. And okay, Furman is playing with white. So let's go for it. And here, black has played queen takes rook. And now, of course, we have this pawn takes, giving check. And okay, we are threatening to take the queen. But for now, we are losing by 4 points. And here, the black player has played king to h7. And now, this will be very interesting again, because, of course, we have potential to give another check with the knight. Here, Kersh has played king to g8. And after bishop check, beautiful stuff, now the game is completely won. Because queen takes, and after king takes knight, of course, queen takes, and the queen has 9 points, and rook plus bishop, they have a value of 8 points. Of course, this pawn will be very strong because it's passed, and my queen will help the pawn to advance. So here in this position, Furman has won the game. So continuing, now it's time to see the more complex positions. So the next game has been played with white. Alexei, sorry, the name isn't easy for me. Alexei Bezgodov, and with black we have Salnikov. So here we want to see Bezgodov position. So let's go. So here the last move was king g2. And the black player will play rook to h1, and after rook b1, and here is important to see detail. If rook takes, of course, the black will win this game, because rook takes, king takes, and I take. King, 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 and the problem is that my king is in front of the pawn, so I'm going to win this game. For this reason, yeah, Salnikov cannot do nothing. So this continued with rook to b1, and after that we will underpromote to a bishop. Now it isn't a knight, it's a bishop. Why is that? Because I give a check. Simple. And of course, because I want to exchange the rook. Here white is lost. So for this reason, of course, he don't want to take. So he tries to play a different thing, but okay, it doesn't work. So he played the king, and after bishop, rook, now the game has finished. Because, well, I have a rook and a bishop, and he has a rook. So this is enough to win this game. So I have 4 plus positions to show you, and of course those 4 positions are more complex but more beautiful too. So the next position is a position that has been played by Dragoslav Tomic, and his opponent is named Frank Wiesbeck. So again, here we need to be careful because we don't want to stalemate. So in this position, of course, black has played rook to c8, and of course this move is the best move, because if rook takes, of course I will give checkmate because the pawn is controlling g7, the g7 square. So here the rook has taken, And now we need to think a little bit and decide, what will we do? Will I ask for a queen? Of course not. If I ask for a queen, this is draw. This is a stalemate because, well, the king cannot go anywhere because of the bishop. The pawns can advance too, so this is draw. Even if I ask for a rook, it's the same thing. I cannot do nothing. And if I ask for a knight, well, if I ask for a knight, the game will not be easy because here probably, yeah, okay, I'm one, but I will need to work a lot to win this because, well, to ask for a bishop, if you want to promote for a bishop, the game will be over because you're threatening checkmate and he cannot do nothing. If he plays, for example, bishop here, this is checkmate because the other bishop is controlling the white squares. So it's over. So, of course, in this moment, we've already seen under promotions to knights. It's the most common way to under promote, to rooks and to bishops. Of course, again, how can you explore this kind of stuff? You need to think a lot. You need to be strong in the tactical play, and you need to be careful because if you promote always to queen, you will lose sometimes the opportunity to win the game. So you need to be careful. We have 3 more positions to see today. So the next is very pretty. And of course, exists 2 different ways to win this position, and has been played by Aaron Rashko and Oleg Kaminsky, a great player. So let's go. So playing with white is Rashko and with black Kaminsky, and white is playing for the win, of course. And the thing is that this black player cannot go anywhere. So you need to be careful because if you ask for the queen, of course, the last move was something like that. And if you ask for the queen, this will be a tragedy because right now we can play rook f and the game is draw. This is a stalemate because after queen takes, the pawn is blocked, is pinned, and the king cannot go anywhere. Of course, we need to be careful and think very well about what will we do. For example, another idea could be to ask, for example, for the rook, but the rook it's the same because the rook can play like that and the game will be a stalemate. So what if I ask for the knight? Most of the times the knight works, but okay, the knight here in this position works, but you will need to work a lot because, okay, right now this doesn't work because queen takes and then we have this square for the king, but the game will be long and complicated and boring too. Because if you ask the bishop, the game will be quick and you will win without any problems. Because right now the bishop is threatening to take the queen. So in the game, Kaminsky has played that. And after that move, of course, queen can go to d7, and now bishop attacks the queen. So this continued with queen, bishop, and now I can exchange the queens, and the game it's very easy to win. So I'm going to show you because the game has finished a few moves later. This continued like that, and now black resigned because the bishop is controlling the pawn advances, so it's very easy to win this game. So we are almost finishing this under promotion video, but now we will see the 2 most complex positions. So the first is a position that has been played by Natalin Navrotescu and Grigory Serper. So white has 2300 of rating, about that, and black 2450. So let's go. In this game, we want to see the black's position. And okay, the last move was rook. And this move, it's interesting because if we promote to the queen, this will be a blunder. And why is that? Because rook can sacrifice is brilliant, and after king takes rook, and now the game it's draw, because I can give forever checks. Even here, it's finished. So great position. So queen doesn't work. If we ask for example, a bishop or a knight, let's see the knight. If I ask for the knight, okay, I'm giving a check, but okay, the position is one. King will go here, and we will continue with some ideas, probably trying to activate this rook. With the bishop too. But the quickest way to win this game is to underpromote to the rook. Why is that? If we underpromote to the rook, we are threatening checkmate on the next move. So because of that, now white doesn't have that, of course, because I can take and I can take because he has this square. And in the game, the white player has resigned because right now he could do, for example, rook d2, probably to try to defend this checkmate. But this isn't unstoppable because, well, first, rook can play, probably this one is better, but I like this one too. So rook h1 forces this move. And now, don't forget, we have 3 rooks. So I can take first, and now I can bring the other rook to attack, or even take first and then give check. So this will win the game. And of course, the checkmate will appear at some time. So this was trickier, but okay. You want more difficult positions. Yeah. The last one can be complicated because normally when we reach the last position has been played by Jaroslav Sashtar and Paul Benko. Paul Benko, a great player. Benko opening. It's one of the most aggressive gambits. I love it. So when we reach this position, normally we don't have much time to think, and it's quick to lose a half point. So here the black player has played king to h7, and after that, of course, the name is complicated. Jaroslav will advance the king, and after that, now be careful, because you cannot promote to a queen. You can, but you will draw, you will stalemate again, because if I promote to a queen, those squares aren't available. So here, the best strategy is just to promote to a rook. Of course, you can promote to a knight or even a bishop and you're going to win. But the easiest way is to underpromote to a rook, because now he can't do nothing. This will finish in checkmate in 2 moves, because after king h7, 2 or 3, I can go to g5 and 3 moves. And now it's checkmate, because of the opposition, black cannot prevent to lose the game. So, well, we have been talking today about underpromotions, and now you know that sometimes it's better to ask for a different piece. Sometimes it doesn't work to ask for a queen. Sometimes you need a rook, a bishop, or a knight. Mostly of the times you will ask for a knight because the knight has the potential to give checks, forks, and sometimes the knight has the capacity to prevent the losing of the game. So how can you see the underpromotion and apply in your games? Of course, you need to practice tactical moves, and you need to be aware of your weakness, and you need to analyze deeply the position to see your weakness and your opponent's problems. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you have some suggestion. So tomorrow we'll be back, and the video will, I'm certain that you will love tomorrow's video because it's quite different. So till tomorrow. Bye bye.